and Chris come along as they share our lives with you. We have many adventures. We're always on the go, doing errands, traveling, casinos, and much more. Nothing to stop us now. It's time for another show. The life of Cheryl and Chris. Hit that subscribe button today and come share our lives with us. We have many adventures. We're always on the go, doing errands, traveling, casinos, and much more. Nothing to stop us now. It's time for another show. The life of Cheryl and Chris. Hit that subscribe button today and come share our lives with us. Oh, with us.
Hello, this is Cheryl with the Life of Cheryl and Chris. I'm on my way from the house right now. I'm going to do a few errands, run up to Waco, have my son do a few things, and then maybe run by the grocery store and come on back home. So I need to go by the bank too while I'm here at home. I had a little check that I need to deposit, so I'm gonna go by there and do that right quick too. I've been trying to do it ever since last week and I didn't get to do it, so I'm gonna go by there and try to do it today while I'm out. It's a beautiful day today and the temperature is a spring or summertime temperature. It's 84 degrees right now. I need to give me a little gas while I'm out. Fill my car back up. I don't know what the gas is running now. I haven't been keeping up with it since I haven't been going to many places. But I'll see today what it is. This is the first time that I'm in the car recording on my new phone that I got. So hopefully it's coming out all right. For me, looking at it, it looks like it's all right. But I know you all see a little different than what I'm seeing right here. But it's real sunny outside, so that's good. It's nice. I turned my air on a little. I don't want it too loud because my little car is so noisy on the inside sometimes from the outside that you can't hear very well. So I'll just keep it down low a little bit. But I don't know what I'll probably do a little talking like I usually do when I'm going up here on the road. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. So much stuff has been happening and going on. I know, and I think that's how it is. When you get to a certain age, your friends start passing away too.
Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Ooh, stop. Ooh, girl. Ain't no diary, girl. It's a dialogue. Let it out. And you can notice it comes from the 90s. Ain't no step by. More like the on the way you put it on the line. Ooh, shoot, I know you feel it, girl. Cause I know in Iowa, I'm sure they be saying, I'm sure we be job talking. Cause you get the best of us spark, the best of Cheryl's spark. Ooh, hyperdrive. We learn something new every day. We learn something new every day. This is just a Cheryl's house, baby. I said, this ain't no Cheryl diary, baby. Cause y'all getting funky, y'all know you about to start jiving. Ooh, baby, up, I'm gonna do my I know you might see. There's a surprise in every single corner. Surprise. There's something out there constantly. It's the Cheryl Talk Show, baby. Oh, get it, baby. Get it, man. Let's jump, get it, man. We need a promise. We need a promise. Bring it back, Aria. This is the Cheryl Talk Show. Cheryl Talk. Blood on the audio.
Remember how my mother and them was always saying, once you get this age, it look like people just start passing away. I'm talking about people that's young as you, or as old as you are, or younger than you. Oh, somebody fixed up a nice little house right there. I have to tell Chris about that. Looks nice. People are doing stuff, fixing up. Look like that's a house of one of the people that he rents out a lot of houses here, and most of his houses that he rents, they're always the same, like tan color, tan trimmed in white. So that's probably one of his houses. It looked like somebody has redone the house and fixed it up, and that's the color he usually uses. And there's another guy that's doing houses around here also. So that's a good market to be in, because a lot of people are looking for homes. There's something back there on that house. A lot of people are looking for homes, and if you can't afford a home, you still need a place to stay. So you have to just rent a home. So that's what a lot of people are doing. It looks really nice out. Everybody's got their yard cut, looking nice. And I'm talking so much, I got to remember, I want to go by the credit union to deposit this little check I had. So I'm going to go by there first, and then when I leave there, I'm going to just leave on out and go on up to Waco from there. So that's what I'm going to do. I hadn't been out in the afternoon like this since probably Friday or Saturday. Did we go anywhere? Yeah, we did go somewhere. We went somewhere Saturday. We went to this barbecue spot that Chris and I had located when we were looking for barbecue one day. This was shortly after our anniversary, and we were just out riding around, and we said we was just gonna go and get us something to eat. And he said, "What do you want to eat?" I said, "Oh, I wouldn't mind having some barbecue." So we had gone on Google and looked up, and we found some barbecue places. Let me look and see if any cars coming. We looked up and found some barbecue places there in Waco, and Chris was saying he didn't know where they were. I said, "I think I know what this is. It's right down the main, what they call Waco Drive." So that's where it's located. I have to turn my air on a little bit. Okay. I'm about getting over here to my little credit union now. So I'm gonna let you go. And once I get from over there, I'll start back up again talking. Okay? And get across the track. Oop, oop. Okay, I'm starting back up, but I'm just not going. I got to turn in here. This road is so bad, but you all may not know, but most of our roads here in this little town is bad. We don't have too many good ones. The one good one that we had was a state highway, and that's the main street downtown. But anyhow, I'm gonna go in here and catch this check, and I'll be right back with you when I finish that, okay? I was sitting up here for a little while just waiting. There were two ladies in there, but they were sitting there, they're talking to each other. I guess they didn't see when I drove up, so I was going to push the button by that time she came to the window. So I just want to deposit this check right quick, and then I'll be back on the road. And I'm gonna try to get back home before it's too late, you know. And it stays light for a while now though, so that's pretty good. I like this time of year where it stays light outside at least till about 8 o'clock. And I'll be back home long before that. Really. Because I like to get in the house and be settled and everything. That's why I said I might just find something to eat when I'm up here. So when I get home, I won't have to be trying to go in the kitchen and fix nothing, heat up anything or anything like that. Usually on times when I'm out of the house in the afternoon like this, most of the time we go to a doctor's appointment, or we'll go to, just run errands or whatever. I don't like to kind of come home and start trying to fix something to eat and all that. I try to, if I know I'm gonna cook that day, I try to make sure I have everything out that I need, or I've gone to the store and got whatever I need, because once I start cooking, I don't want to break away and then be rushing trying to get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna go straight up the road here. Let me just look at my receipt and make sure that it looks all right. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Okay, now come along. Is it anything that you all want to talk about or ask me about? So if you would just leave some comments in my section next time I'm talking to myself like I'm doing now. Well, I'm not really talking to myself. I'm talking to you all too. It's just I'm by myself talking. But I know I won't be the only one to hear this. I hope not. And we have been doing a little better on our let me turn. We have been doing a little better on our subscriptions. We got 2 or 3 in the last month, and if we could get 3 every other week or so, that'll really move up. And I don't know what it is we have to do to get maybe content. We work on trying to get better content of what we're doing, because at one time my son William had told me and Chris to start us a YouTube channel, because we were doing a lot of stuff back then when we first got married. But we weren't even married yet. We were just working at my sister had passed away and she left me her house, so we was working to get her house fixed up so we could move in there. Oh, that was a nice RV just passed by. We were working to get her house fixed up so we could move in there. And I'll see if Chris still got the pictures. Maybe he can include some little pictures of some stuff that we did when we were working there. But we were really working. We would go. He would usually come over here in the evening, and we'll stay there working sometimes to 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then once we got it fixed up pretty good, I moved there, and I moved from my house that I was living in, and I moved over there. And he would come and visit. Sometimes he'd come visit over there, but most of the time, on the weekends, on Friday, Chris used to do a radio show in another little town, not too far from here, about an hour or so from here. And he would come by a little while and visit with me. And sometimes he would take Ty down to the radio station with him. But he would come by and visit with me, and we'll sit up and talk for a while. And then I think he had to be there in the evening, like there was like an overnight show he was doing. So he would leave my house around about 8, so he could get down there on time to get his. I'm always having to look to make sure ain't nothing coming. He'd be leave my house about 8 o'clock, so he could get down there to the radio station about 9 o'clock and get everything set up down there. so that he could do his radio station that he was doing down there. That's how we got started doing it. Once he stopped doing it down there, he wanted to continue to do it, and we started doing it here at home. But getting back to what I was talking about, my sister had left me her house when she passed away. She willed it to me because Chris and I was looking for a bigger house, because the house that I was living in was my house. It was only 2 bedrooms there, and the bedrooms were a nice size, but it just, you know, it just wasn't a lot of room for us. And you know, William wasn't still living there. I think William had moved to Oklahoma, but Ty would come down and he would be staying with us sometime and stuff. And my sister's house, she has there's 3 bedrooms in the back and then the master bedroom, so it's a lot more room than what I had down there. And she knew I had been looking for a bigger house, so she decided just to tell my younger sister, when I passed away, I want my house to go to Cheryl. And that was so nice of her, so very nice of her to do. And even though her house was nice, it was still it was older, and she hadn't done a lot of when she first moved in there, she did some remodeling and stuff like that, but then she didn't do a lot. She did some painting and stuff like that, and then the rooms in the back, at first she was using all those rooms, and back there, like when we would have parties or celebrations there, the adults might be in the front and the kids might be in the back. She had all kind of games and stuff for them and stuff like that. But then once our kids had kind of grown up and stopped coming around with us when we were doing our little get-togethers, they may not be there. Sometimes we would have she had one time what they call an unvalentine. So it was a Valentine party, but it's for people that didn't have, maybe you didn't have a sweetheart, Valentine's sweetheart then. And so she did an unvalentine's party where just a lot of women got together, laughing, talking, and, you know, doing a party, having your cupcakes, having your treats, stuff to eat, and playing games. And we weren't doing too much male bashing or anything like that. We were just having fun, just enjoying the company of being around the women, around other women. And I can tell now, look like I got a lot of sun on the side, so this video may not come out too nice. I'm gonna try to put this visor to the side. Maybe that'll help a little. No, it ain't helping too much. But I hope you can see me. I just, you know, I really don't like it like that. I may not talk that much longer. I'm just talking about how we started the YouTube channel and how my son had advised us that we should have done a YouTube channel a long time ago. And because we were doing a lot of things then. We were doing, like I said, we were remodeling the house. And then once I retired from where I was working, I started making jewelry. I was always making jewelry and doing stuff like that. So, and I'm going to start back doing that again. I did make me a little piece a couple of weeks ago when we went to our brunch, because I needed some pearl earrings and I didn't have any pearl earrings, but I had some pearl beads, so I decided to just do them on those beads that I had, and that's what I did. But anyhow, like I said, I'm not going to talk too long now, because look like it's going to be a lot of, you're not going to be able to see me as well on this one. So I'm going to get off for a little while, and once I get somewhere where it's not so much sun, I'm going to come back on and I'm going to talk a little longer, okay? Okay, I'm back. Seems like the sun is a little better. It's not right in my eyes like it was. So, you know, you can see me a little better on the camera than we could before. So I'll talk a little bit. I was just talking about how my husband and I, how Chris and I had gotten the house and we started remodeling it. The first thing we did was on the side door used to be that my sister had a little concrete step right there that you had to step up on. It was very inconvenient just to step on that step because they had the steps, but then one of them looked like it was high to get up to the top of it. So what we did, we took that step out. Well, it was a concrete step. It might be still up under there, but anyhow, we made a little porch there on the side. So that means it took up a little our driveway, but you still can get by. But it did take a little the driveway up. But we made the steps, and then we made a little deck there, and it's nice like that now. We never did paint that deck. I don't know if we'll be painting it or not because we have that wheelchair ramp on the front because Chris has a scooter and I have a scooter too, and sometimes we have to take them with us and take them out, and his can't break apart, so he always has to ride his down the ramp and stuff like that. So we got that, and we want to get that ramp painted, and so we might get the porch painted also. We want to get a house painted, and some people were supposed to come by today to look and see all what it was going, what it's going to be and stuff. This is not paid contractor. This is like a church mission. I think it's called United Mission, where they go around and try to help people in small towns, small rural towns, to do just minor home repairs. It's not going to be nothing major, and so they can't do no foundations for your house. They can't do any electrical, and they can't do any plumbing. But they will do stuff like if you need a wheelchair ramp, they'll build your wheelchair ramp. And we already got that. We had somebody else to build that they came around and did it for us. But they'll do wheelchair ramps, and if you got screen doors and windows that screens on your windows that you need repaired or replaced or repaired, they'll try to do that for you. So they do a lot of stuff like that. So the criteria is you have to be aged or disabled, and I'm the age, and Chrissy is disabled also. So they were supposed to come by today and look at the house and see, let us know all what they could do and stuff, but they hadn't come by the time I left, so I don't know if they'll come while I'm gone, because he told me he would be there before noon, and I left home around about 2 something, almost 3 o'clock, so I gave him plenty enough time to get there. So if they come, Chris is there, I guess he'll find out, if they gonna do it, what's gonna happen with that. He'll let me know when I get back, I'm sure. But I just want to come on up here and do these few things I had to do in Waco, and do the stuff that William had asked me to do, so I can, like I said, get on back home before it get too late. But we did a lot of work in the house. What we did, we painted the living room, and it's like we did an accent wall of red, and then the other part is gray. We put a lot of gray in there in our dining room. We painted that all gray. It wasn't the same gray. It was a different shade of gray. But the living room got gray walls, and then an accent wall like red, and then we put up new blinds. Put new blinds up on some of the windows. Now one window that we have there is just a big old picture window, and we haven't been able to get a blind or anything for it. We just got an old curtain still up there, some curtains that were there, and we still got them up there. We have still work that we could do, more work that we could do in our house. I'm gonna take this because I can't see. Okay. Let me pull up. Look. These people are really coming. So we have a lot of work that we still want to do in our house, and hopefully we'll get some of it done, if not all of it. we get a lot of it done. We still have to redo our kitchen. We did redo both of the bathrooms. We redid both of the bathrooms, tiled the tub area, tiled the floor. And Chris put all new bathroom fixtures, the commode and the sink and cabinet sink. He did all that. So we did a lot of the work ourselves. And then we have a little dining room, but it used to be like a family room. That's what my sister had it, kind of like a family room. She had a big living room already, so she had the dining room kind of like just a little family room, and it had a half a wall to separate the laundry room from the dining room. So what we did, we built another wall, a higher wall. It's not all the way up to the ceiling, but it's about, I guess about 6.5 feet or something like that. It's way taller than I am, but I can reach to the top of it. It might be 7, because you can't see the wash and dryer when you first walk in the door like you used to could, because it was just a half door. At the time you could see everything back there. So we kind of remodeled that and did that. And also in our bedroom, the master bedroom, that's where we put the tile on the floor. We did the tile in the bathroom and also the floor of our bedroom. We got tile, and I just got space big rugs down there by my bed, at the end of my bed, and on each side I got some little rugs for us to step on, and stuff like that. But we did have one long closet in there. Like I said, this house, it was I think the house was built like in 65 or something like that, and the people that stayed in it, that's how they had fixed it. They just had one big closet that went straight across. And what we did, we separated and made one little walk-in closet that you could go in, and one open closet. And we did a lot of work on that house. We did a lot of stuff. We had a lot of fun doing it, because one thing, you can see how it was before, and then once you finish it up, you can see how it was. And I think we really did do some good improvement, because some of the room, when my sister first got there, me and my sister, we had done her bathroom. Being that we were Deltas, these cars are right up on me. Being that I'm a Delta, we always like the red and white. So what she did, she had wanted her bathroom red and white, and she had we did the trim in there red, and the walls were white. And I think the walls, she had some kind of wall covering on it. We didn't paint it white. We painted some of the shelves and stuff that was in that bathroom white, and the trim around the doors, and she had a shelf in there with about 3 little shelves. We painted around that shelf. We painted the trim on it red, and it was nice and stuff like that. But when we did it, we changed it over. We put tile in there on the floor, and we put tile on the walls and in the shower. And I changed it to like a black and gray type of bathroom, because the trim is black, and then I have the room is gray. A lot of our rooms in the house, our dining room, our living room, and that room is gray. And we have another bedroom in the back, and we had an accent wall, and we made that accent wall like a yellow, and the 3 walls are gray, and the accent wall is yellow, and that came out really, really nice. But in our bedroom, we did completely different. We got brown on the walls, and the trim is kind of like, I think it's Stewart House brown and some kind of peanut butter or something cup or something, I don't know. But it's kind of look kind of beige, but the walls are brown. And it came out real good too. And I had a real beautiful, and I still have it, bedroom set that I had bought to put on my bed. But by that time, we had gotten copper, and she was always jumping up on the bed, and I didn't want her tearing up myself. So I just bought me a more, like everyday one that I put on there, where if she jump up on it, she's not really doing anything to it. It's not hurting. I'm in the school zone, so I'm going to have to slow down a little bit. And then I'm going to stop and get my gas. And I'm going to get off for a while, because I'll be almost at William's house by then. And I'll have to call him, let him know that I'm here, and see what all it is that he needs to do. But I'll be back. I'll come back after I finish up with him, and before I get home, I'll be back. Well, I'm back. I've gone by and saw William got his money ready for his rides that he has to take. He had to get change and everything, so I took him by there and got me some gas. And I don't know, it seemed like something was up, because when I got my gas, I only got $12. And it said, you know how it stops when you get through pumping? But then when I got in the car, it was just on 3/4 of the tank, so I don't know if the gas didn't register right or what, but I have to check that out. Ask Chris if he knows probably what that means or whatever. But anyhow, I got my gas. I'm finna go get me something for dinner, and then I'm going on back home when I get through with that. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, I just ordered us something to eat. I'm just here waiting for it, and then once I get it, we can be on our way going home. And like I said, I'm gonna get home before. I know I'm gonna get home before 8, but I'm not gonna get home before 5, because it's almost 5 now. So, and by that time, the traffic may be worse than it is. Whichever way, if it's worse for me to turn to the right, then I'll just turn to the left and go back the back way, because you can go home several ways from here, but you'll end up right at home either way. I'm gonna pour my drink in here, because I got drinks for Chris and Ty also, so I'll just pour that drink I had in there, and I already had a little drink. But anyhow, so I'm just waiting on her to bring the drinks out to the car. Bring the food out to the car. I said the drinks. And I'll be back. Ooh, bend it all down. I'll be back with you once I get on the road, get out of the traffic, and get on the main highway going home. I'll come back and talk a little bit. Okay. I did stop at our little place that we usually stop to get lottery tickets. So I got 2 lottery tickets that I'm going to scratch when I get home. I hope I win something. The one I wanted, they were out of it, so I got these. So I'll scratch these when I get home tonight. Well, I'm back on the road, going home. Getting out of the place where I had ordered food, it was pretty easy. I could have gone left or right. I decided to go left. I think this way is quicker to get home this way, because you go left, then you go up to the light, turn left again, and then you're on a straight road, and that road will take you all the way home, except for you stop a few stoplights, about 1 or 2 stoplights, and after that you're on the state highway and just straight on home. So that's what I decided to do. So I'm in the car now, and I can't remember what all we were talking about before. We were talking about how we remodeled our house and stuff like that, and we were doing a lot of stuff back then. We remodeled the rooms and painted, and Chris we had pulled up all the carpet off the floor. Like I said, the house was back in 1960, and my sister never did change out all the carpet. So in those back rooms that she didn't use that much, she still had that old carpet down on the floor. So we took up all that old carpet, and up under that carpet were beautiful hardwood floors. So Chris stripped all of them and varnished them again, and we have beautiful hardwood floors now. They need doing again though, because after time you're living on them and doing stuff, and even though he did a great job, it wasn't like he was, even though he says all the time that he's a professional, he did a great job, because they were real nice and slick and shiny when we first did them. And now that's been almost 7 years that we've been living there, because we had moved there even before we got married, and I was living there, and sometimes Chris would come and stay also. So we've been there about 7 or 8 years, and so they need doing again, but they still look pretty good. This road is kind of rough. I know y'all hear all that. I tried to talk up so you can hear me, but these roads, I think our state is not doing what they're supposed to do now. They're so busy trying to get people from coming in the state. They don't take care of the people that's in the states, using all the money down on the border, doing stuff. And these roads used to be so nice, here in Texas. Now they just let them go. And they're bumpy, and the state highways need repair and stuff, and it's just a shame how they do. I know some of you probably do live in Texas, so you can know what I'm talking about. And this is a major state highway. This highway, it will take you all the way from, we go from Waco to where we live. You can go all the way up to almost 290 going to Houston on this highway. And some areas do look pretty good, but some areas, they just have let it go. And even State Highway 7, we had Highway 7 going through our town, and it used to be really nice and smooth, and you could drive on it and to go around in the city. But some places now, it's just as bumpy as our local city streets. And it's a shame that they're letting it go like that. And we're such a big, productive state. They say we're one of the richest. I don't know about all that, but that's what they say. But we do have some rough roads now, and it's a shame that we do, because we have the money to fix them, and I think we should. But anyhow, we finally got off that bumpy area, and it's not too bad right here. So I hope you can hear me better. I'll be trying to talk up, because I know sometimes when Chris is doing the show and editing, it seems like from my car, because this is a little car, and so it's not like I'm in a big luxury sedan or SUV. I'm just in a little SUV. So, and I like it, I enjoy it, but it is kind of noisy on the road sometimes, especially with these bumpy roads that we have. But anyhow, I hope you will be able to hear me. And I'm just talking, and I was talking about us redecorating our home and stuff, and like Chris has been hinting, there's a possibility we might be moving sometime or another. We hope so. We've been trying to anticipate it and plan for it, and if God says the same, we will. So that will be something good, and we'll have more content to show you what we're doing and where we're moving and how that house looks and everything. And when we leave these houses, we're going to do some stuff, because we plan on renting both of the houses, like the big house that we live in and the other little house. Well, it's not little, but the 2-bedroom house that William was living in also. We're planning on renting both of them. So if God says the same, we pray that our plans will come to fruition, that we will get to move, and we will get to rent our house and let somebody else have nice homes to live in. Even if they can't afford to buy, they can have a nice home, because they're going to be nice to live in. We're not going to do, just let them move into like a little shack or ready looking place or anything like that. We're going to fix them up. And we hope that the people that we get will appreciate it and they will respect the property just like it was their own property. I know I would. I've never rented a house and lived in a house, but I did rent an apartment when I was first starting out and lived in Oklahoma City. And that apartment was nice when I got in there, and I kept it nice. And when I left it nice and got my deposit back and everything. The last apartment that I lived in Oklahoma City, it was a brand new apartment. They had just opened up those apartments. It's way up on the north end of town, and I was working up that way too, so it was good. And I left it good, and it was good when I got there. I didn't have a lot of furniture when I first got to the apartment, and then the apartment is the door was downstairs. By the time you come in the door, you got a little landing, and then you go upstairs for your living room and your bedroom and stuff like that. It was pretty nice. It was a nice little apartment, and I left it the way I found it. And I think that's what people should do. Just because it's not your personal property, don't mean you should tear it up and say, well, it's not mine. They can fix it. It's theirs. What can they do to me? You don't want to do like that. You want to leave it like you found it. Or, I don't know, you might can leave it better than you found it. But at least leave it like you found it. That's what I think. Because I know it's hard when everybody needs a house. Everyone needs a home to stay in. Well, these people are so fast on this road, they won't let you pass. Everyone needs a home and a place to stay that's nice and decent. And that's what we want to provide for them. A nice, decent place to stay. And that's what we anticipate doing. So, like I said, we'll let you know everything that's going on with us. And a lot of times, it seems like we do the same thing. It's a little repetitious. I know. We're in the car a lot because we're going to doctor's appointments or running errands or going to the grocery store or doing different stuff like that. So we are in the car a lot. But we're going to try to start doing other type of videos. Maybe we'll do some at home on the sofa. Maybe we'll talk and do some live. Chris has been talking about doing live videos, live shows, and we're going to try to start doing that also and see how that goes for us. But anyhow, like I said, I'm on my way home, and it's like 5:14 now, so I'll be home before 5:40, I'm sure, unless we get in a lot of traffic. But usually I used to come this way every day when I was working in Waco. I get off at 5, usually wouldn't get on the highway till about 5:15, and I'll get home before 6 o'clock. But it was traffic, people trying to get home, because a lot of people that work in Waco, they live outside of Waco. They live in Marlin and different little places. So, yeah, sometimes you are on the road. And I would know I had to get up and get on the road in the morning. I would have to be at work at 8 o'clock. So I would usually leave Marlin around about 7:10, 7:15. That's what I would try. And I would usually get to work on time, but you're dealing with traffic and everything before you even get there. So you have to kind of calm down and get yourself back together before you start getting in your office and getting involved with all the work that you have to do once you're in your office. And I did that for 3 years, driving back and forth from Marlin to Waco, to work. And then after that, I found someone had called me from the Marlin office and said that they had a position there, and all I had to do was transfer, and that's what I did, transfer. And I started going to work there in Marlin. That's where I finished up my time. I did like 22 years there in Marlin, 6 up here. 3 in Waco, and then I did 22 years there. And I had 3 more years another time when I was working in Waco at another place. So that's why I had time to retire. I think I was 54 when I retired. And I had I had some stuff going on with my health, but my mother and my sister, like I have said before, my sister had cancer and my mother was having dementia. So I was glad to have that time where I could go and retire, because I had that last year with them to spend with them and help them and do the things, that I would never forget. Because my mother and my sister and myself, we were in Marlin and we were always doing things together. And like I told you the other time, I would stop by my mother's every day when I got off work, check on her, see how she was doing. And at that time I wasn't married and I didn't have a steady boyfriend. I don't think I had a boyfriend, but I'll stop by there and sit up and talk to her and my sister and look at TV together and stuff like that. I really missed that time, but it was really special. You can never get that time back. So if you got time to do that, value it and take advantage of it, because once they're gone, they're gone. Even though the memories are still with you, it's not the same as having your loved ones there with you. So just value it if you have that time to do that. And like I value our time now, I often think about how fast-paced it was when I was young and raising my kids, and the things, and the time goes so fast. It's like one day you look around and they're 6 years old, the next time you realize they're just 16 years old. Once they start going to school, next thing you know, it's first grade, 6th grade, 6th grade, 10th grade, 12th grade, they graduate. So value that time that you have with your children and give them hugs and kisses, because it'll come a day when they won't be around. I was looking at a show that we look at, IGA Farms, and Megan was talking about how you only got a certain amount of time with your kids, and that's true, because once they get up and start moving around, and especially start dating and going out and stuff like that, you don't have all that time with your children that you did when they were from 6 to about 12. Because once they get 12, they in a lot of things, and even as though they're not driving, a lot of them be walking and getting on the bicycles, going places and going to little school functions or doing sports or doing something. So you don't have that time with them. So just value whatever time you got with them, because it goes so fast. I can't believe it that if my son would have lived, he would have been 45 years old right now. 45 years old. I know I would have had grandkids and everything, because I know he wanted a wife and he wanted a life like that. So I'm sure I would have had some grandkids if they didn't have any trouble having kids. But the time just goes by so fast. So you should value your time with your family, with your mother, with your father, with your sisters, with your brother. Just value the time. My sister and I, who still lives here, Vanessa, we're supposed to go out to lunch this Saturday. And this Saturday is my youngest sister's birthday, and it's my sister who I was really close to in Marlin. It's her day that she passed away. So I think that's why she just suggested that we go out to reminisce and just spend time together. And I'm gonna have a great time doing that, because like I said, you got to spend time with your family, because when it's all said and done, that's all you got is your family. You may have some real close friends. I got real close friends from college and from high school, but we don't get to be together all the time. We don't get to see each other all the time, and I really miss that too. I got to do better myself, because if I say I'm gonna call my friends, I need to call them and check on them and see how they're doing, because like I said, the time will go and you won't get to call them and you won't get to talk to them anymore. Like I was telling you earlier about a friend of mine passed away on this week, passed away this week, and I had just seen her like a couple of weeks ago, and I hadn't seen her in a long time. and I gave her a hug, and I was just saying how good she was looking. I said, oh, you look so good. It's good seeing you and stuff. She was always so sweet and nice. And then I see online that her husband said she had a heart attack. And oh man, it was such a shock. It was really nice to have seen her. And then the other night, must have been a 2 nights ago, he had posted on there that she had passed over. You know, she was gone. So you got to take advantage of the time that you have with your family, your friends, and loved ones, and value it. And take time for yourself also. You have to take time for yourself and do some things that you like to do also, because you are important too. You are more important than you know, because if you're not in a good spirit, you're not in good health, how can you do anything for other people in your life? You got to be able to do for yourself and do for your loved ones. You can't just neglect yourself and let yourself go run down, because if you do, you're not going to feel like doing anything for anyone. So you are important. You are important. So always remember that. And I think I'm going to get off for a little while. I listen to a little music on my way. I just got a little while to go, about 10, 15 more minutes before I get home. So I was just listen to some music and you know, just look what I'm doing now anyhow. But just just reminisce about just things that happened in my life, and the kids and my mother and my sister, and I think about them often and stuff like that. But I hope you remember, and I really enjoyed talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed hearing from me. I think I lost that ending. I don't know where I stopped, because I saw that my thing had stopped recording. But like I was saying, just remember to love your people and spend time with them. Value that time, because time is really important. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Life of Cheryl and Chris. And remember, we are the Cares, and caring is sharing, and we are sharing our lives with you. Yes, we are. I'll see you again later. Bye-bye. Take care.
Care Bears, you gotta help me. I'm trapped in prison. I'm trapped here behind bars, and my inmate is a crazy hairy weenie. I got a crazy inmate, guys. Guys, if you want to help me and get the key, just subscribe. It's only free. Like, comment, and subscribe today, Care Bears, to get me out of prison. Hurry. Hurry. My hairy inmate, she's crazy.
Even though this episode comes to a close, we have many more to explore. Just hit that subscribe button. We are the Life of Cheryl and Chris. We gon' share our lives with you. Don't forget to drop a like and a comment, would be very nice too. We are the Life of Cheryl and Chris. We gon' share our lives with you. From showrooms to casinos and even across the country too. We are the Life of Cheryl and Chris, taking you places, showing you around. Come hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe so we can see you around. We appreciate you. I'm glad you are part of the family. We are the Life of Cheryl and Chris. You never know what we going to next. Come along and join the fun and be a part of our journey too. Oh, we are the Cares, and caring is sharing, and we're sharing our lives with you. We are the Life of Cheryl and Chris. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are the Life of Cheryl and Chris. Yeah, yeah. with you. We are the life of Cheryl and Chris. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are the life of Cheryl and Chris.